I'm here today with the Prime ROT8 accessories, which consist of the ROT8 handles and the short and long bar attachments that they can work with. So let's start with the handles here. What this is gonna do is it's gonna provide you an advantage to your grip. So a lot of times you have to make the choice between, well, do I strap up so I can do more load, or do I not use the strap so that my grip is actually getting some training? This makes it so you don't have to make that decision between either or, you can accomplish both. The hook style grip here is actually going to put you in a state where you have a mechanical advantage, and the fact that this is actually going to create a stop makes it so that my wrist can't turn, really allows me to still train my grip but also use more load. So the amount of work I can do with my back or whatever I'm trying to train is not going to suffer because of poor grip strength, and my grip strength is not going to, miss out on training because I had to strap up to do that particular movement. The other attachments that we have here are the short and the long bar. And these are going to be great tools to use with the handles themselves, with the ROT8 handles, or with ropes or other additional handles that you can use. What both of these do, this is the long version and then we have a short version, they allow you to individualize the width, and they also take a single pulley and convert it into two, which can be very valuable for doing things like bicep and upper back and lat pull down stuff, where you can get almost like a unilateral effect from a single pulley. So with these, you have the ability to adjust the width wider or narrower depending on what you need to do, which can be a godsend for shoulder health and elbow health. A lot of times people have beat up their elbows or their shoulders from the back training they're doing. So your pressing suffers. And the other thing is just actually being able to get into the range that you need to strengthen your upper back so that it transfers over to your pulls. So if we take, for instance, the common row attachment like this, if I were to pull this in, I end up actually having to flare my elbows out. When in reality, if I was to think of what do I need to strengthen to actually pull back, like to resist that thoracic flexion or that protraction in the bottom of the deadlift, what I actually need to be able to do is I need to be able to train something in a width and the ability for me to actually pull around, for me to actually get full retraction. If I'm in like this, I can't actually train those traps and those rhomboids to resist this type of load. So if we're looking at improving spinal stability and upper back strength to transfer over to the bench, the squat, and the deadlift, I need something that actually allows me to freely move here. So even if it was a fixed handle here, it's gonna limit my range of motion, and it's gonna restrict where I'm able to go. And if I do happen to go somewhere else, that extra range of motion is going to come at the sacrifice of either elbow or shoulder integrity. So if I were to look at a fixed handle, so if we take a neutral handle that's fairly fixed, as I pull this through, in order for me to get back, I still have to kind of flare and pull around. And what that does is it transfers some rotation into my elbow and my shoulder that are going to beat up the joint a little bit over time. You're going to get like some overuse inflammation there. Whereas if I can use something like the short bar and I can move in this path, and I have the freedom to be able to pronate, supinate, and adjust the width here so that now this moves with my body rather than my body being restricted by the handle, I'm going to be able to do more load, more range of motion, and I'm going to save my elbows and my shoulders so that my pressing is better, so that my deadlifting is better, and I'm stronger in all of those larger lifts because I'm more structurally sound.